In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of these cute little pouches that you can store a face mask in. It uses a plastic snap and it has a swivel hook on the side and a little tab, and I pad it slightly. You can use scrap fabric pretty much, and you can make them to match the mask if you like. I use like a coordinating fabric inside, and the coordinating usually goes on the tab. These can also be sold, and I will give you the packaging I use so that you can actually print them out on Word or any Word document and use them on your packaging. And I'll show you where I buy the plastic bags that I put them in. It's a 6-inch square plastic bag, and then the card that goes on the top. It's called header card. So, okay, so let's get started on how to make this first. So you're going to need fabric. I use a print or on the outside and then a solid on the inside. You can do whatever you like. You can have a print on the inside. You can make them both the same if you like. So the measurements for this are, these pieces are 4.5 inches wide by 11.5 inches long. So you need inside, the outside, and then I use Pellon fusible fleece, but you could use some type of interfacing. I just kind of like the way cushy feel that it gives it. Now what I do for this, I put it on here and iron it down, and I make it smaller. The reason I do that is when you sew, you don't want all that bulk, so this way you have a nice line that you sew around. And that is 3 3/4 by 10 3/4. Now all these measurements will be in the description, and I'm also writing a blog post with full details on how to make this. Now for the tab on the side, this piece here, it's actually a little strap, but looks like a tab. 3 inches, no, 3 1/4 inches by 2 inches, 3 1/4 by 2 inches wide. And then you need a swivel hook, and this is a 3/4 inch swivel hook. And then you need some plastic snaps. And also you need to put the plastic snaps on, you're going to need a cam snap tool. And this is a really cool little desktop thing. This is a really cheap cam snap, plastic snap tool. And because I didn't want to spend like $70 for the desktop version, I bought this cheap version, which was around $15, and my husband made this really cool wood holder that then I just put the snap holder right down in there. It's a little tight, but you want it tight. And then you can put it in there, and it just fits, so you can take it in and out. And this, we actually have instructions on how to make this on our website as well for free. So I can link that in the bottom in the description as well. Okay, so those are the things you need. Now, once I have ironed, and this video and these instructions assume that you know how to sew and you know how to do some of the basic things, so it's not teaching you some of the basic things on how to sew. All right, so we're going to take our backing fabric, or inside fabric, sorry, and then I'm going to iron that down there, and then turn that over, and then put the right sides together. And you're going to start anywhere you'd like and sew all the way around, leaving a gap at one point. You're going to, you always want to backspace the corners, and then you also want to cut them at an angle to get rid of the bulk on the corner. And you're going to turn it and iron it down, and then it's going to look like this. So on one part, you're going to top stitch. Now this part is when I fold it up, that part is what you want to top stitch. We're not going to top stitch this first. We're going to just top stitch all the way across here. And after you do that, you're going to fold it up, and this is 4 inches from here to here. And then we're going to make our little tab. Okay, so the tab is a piece of fabric, coordinating or whatever you like, that is 3 1/4 inches from here to here and 2 inches wide. And we're going to take it and fold it up. This is a 3 3/4, fold it in half. And then when we open it up again, now we can see where the middle is here. And then we're going to fold that in and then fold that in, so we know where the middle is. Pretty easy. And we have a finished one here. So then we're going to fold it in half again. Now we have all our raw edges inside. And now we're going to take it and top stitch, or just stitch it across basically, stitch it down so it's closed. And you can reinforce the ends if you like. That's totally up to you. So the next step is to fold this up to 4 inches and then fold it down. And this is where our cam snap tool comes into play. So you do need this. And my husband made a really cool stand for mine. I bought the cheapy one. I didn't want to buy the $60, $70 desktop version, so I bought the really cheapy one. And it's not consistent when you hold it in your hand, so he made this stand out of scrap wood. There. So now I have a stand. I have my own stand for it. And we have instructions on our blog website to show you how to make your own. This one is for the K3 version because the slots are slightly different, but we do have a pattern for you that you can make your own if you like. Okay, so the next step we're going to do is we're going to fold it up to the 4 inches. You want to take your awl, and this is just a pointed point. You can buy them. They usually come with the cam snap tool. I can show you everywhere I buy everything. It's pretty much Amazon, but I can show you exactly what I buy. And we're going to fold it down. And I usually eye everything, so I just take my fingers and I run it till I get to the middle. Or if you really want to be perfect, you could measure. And then I kind of like, oh, that's the middle. And I go up about 1 inch. And I open it up with put my hand underneath because we don't want it to go through the back. So, and then I poke that hole through there. And you're going to then put half of the snap on there. So we're going to put the backing there. And we're going to take this piece. That's the concave piece. The female, I guess. And then we'll put it there, and we're going to use our snap machine to adhere it in place. You want to do this first because once you sew it, it's really hard to get down in there. So we would do this first, but we're not doing this one now because we're going to be sewing around the edge. And then if we put the top piece on there and we're sewing right there, the top piece gets in the way. So we do this after we've made the whole thing. So after you get your snap on there, we're going to take our little tab and we're going to put it through our swivel hook. We're going to make sure it's 4 inches up. Lay it right in there, and I don't even measure, just eye it. It's about, I don't know, 1/2 inch down from the edge or 1/4 inch down. But you can put it wherever you want, down here, but I kind of just put it right there. Now you can pin this in place if you want, and you think it's going to move. And then I start right here because it's a little bulky. So I start here and I go back, and then I go all the way down and back stitch. Then I flip it, and then I sew here. When I get to this part, I back stitch to reinforce and go all the way around. I don't back stitch these corners, all the way around. And then I go all the way down again to reinforce it again, because this is going to be hanging, getting pulled on, so you want as much little reinforcement right there as you get. When you're done with that, then the last bit is to put the top piece, the male piece, here, and make sure it matches up. And then you're done. So this is what it looks like again. Super cute. It's a little padded. I like the padding. You could just use interfacing. You do need something to give it some kind of body. If you just have fabric, it's just going to be floppy and no fun. So yeah, you can see that all the top stitching I've done. And you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but the reinforcement that I've done there. And they're super cute. You can sell them on Etsy, on Facebook, Instagram, craft shows, in stores. I have packaging on that I use, and I will show you where I purchased it. I put these in a 6-inch square bag, and they have a header card, and I will provide the header card for you so you can actually print it out. You can change any of the wording because it's going to be a Word document. And let me show you the finished product. All right, so this is what it looks like when it's in the packaging. I use their super crispy clear bags. They're much better. You don't want poly bags. You want crispy clear bags. Makes your product, any product you're selling, look professional. And I will show you where I purchase those. I make these header cards just with cardstock. I have a website called Sweetie Swag. I sell some things on. I also have these in stores in here in Connecticut. I sell them wholesale. So believe it or not, sometimes these sell for $10 retail, $8, $6, but depends on what you want to get for them. Wholesale, you realize you have to cut the price in half so that the retailer can actually make a profit. So it's usually 50% or half. So this is what they look like, and I also package my mask and things like this. So we make a display for a counter, and then what I would do is I use my just a hole punch, find the middle, go down just a little bit, hole punch, and now these can hang. So this makes a really nice presentation in a store, and I will provide this header card for you, and here I give instructions. You can read them if you like, and then what you will do is probably change this information to your own information. And now you've got a cute little packaging. So let me know if there's other things you want to learn to make, to sell, and I can also provide packaging for you. And yeah, just give me some ideas. And like I said before, these instructions will be on the website. Coastal Creators CT is where we put the craft articles, and now you can make your own if you like, and that's super helpful, I think. And so happy crafting, and have a great day.